And I think we're live as of 5 seconds ago.
Nice.
Alright,
Nice, very nice.
welcome in. This is Chris at wakeupgaming.com.
This is Victor, aka Massive Banana, or Titanic. Still working on it.
When are you gonna finish? When are you gonna finish working on that?
Honestly, I think
Titanic
it's like
Q.
when the Titanic Cube. Anyways, no, but like honestly, when there's actually something worth streaming, I think that'll actually like get me to actually set something up. But as of right now, I think most of the games that I'm currently playing, well just Arc Knights. Honestly, it's kind of like a dead week. So, I don't think anyone would be interested in watching that.
Have you tried streaming Survivor.io?
Oh, I don't even know what that is.
It's like Vampire Survivor, apparently. I don't know, for me,
It sounds kind of cool. Like, but I don't know. I'll look it up. But like, let's not be rude here and skip Mitchell.
Oh yeah, I was like, I would have fit it in someplace. I'm Mitchell, also known as Blueberry Lover, and you can also find me on YouTube.
Alright.
So, Chris, what's the topic for today?
Well.
Wait, I also forgot. You can also go to Mahou Shounen, for YouTube as well. That's where we're probably gonna upload this there too.
Alright. So, I think it's because we just keep fighting on this every now and then. But we're gonna open up by talking about comparing Phyrexian Arena to black market connections.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They're both pretty good cards, but are you talking about if one power creeps the other?
I think that's the general conversation, because I know ever since black market connections came out, a lot of the community has just said it's completely better than Phyrexian Arena. But me being a boomer, I like Phyrexian Arena. Like, have you seen my cube? It's like
I have seen your cube.
Yeah, I'm like
I'm here like, you know, there's a lot of small nuances, so I don't think it's a strictly better Phyrexian Arena. Now, if Black Market Connections had the first mode and second mode swapped where you pay 1 life to draw a card, and then it was pay 2 life for a treasure, then yeah, it's strictly better than
oh
Phyrexian
yeah,
Arena, but because
definitely.
it has that like because it has that swap, it's like, oh, it's 2 life if you want the extra card. And then that actually adds up.
Should we talk about what each card does before we start going deep into it?
Oh,
yeah,
sure. For those, I guess for those who are not watching and seeing any sort of image, you know, who wants since you're a boomer, Chris, you can tell us, what does Phyrexian Arena do?
Phyrexian Arena. I was like, wait, am I? No, I'm not. I'm not the oldest one in the room either.
No, I think I'm the oldest one, but you know, you mentioned
you're embracing your boomer.
I am too. It's why I refuse a bunch of things. But Phyrexian Arena is a 1 black enchantment, and it reads, at the beginning of your upkeep, you draw a card and lose 1 life. And its most recent printing is in current standard, and Phyrexia all will be 1. Yeah, and from what I'm seeing, it has yet to really make an impact into standard.
You know, I think it's because it's like in standard, there's just a lot of really good 3-drops in mono black mid range. Like, you don't need it, right?
Yeah, and I think if you want like a source of card draw, Reckoner Bankbuster is also.
Reckoner Bankbuster is a 2-drop, right?
So yeah. That makes sense. So like, if you want card draw, yeah, that's the reason why. I think in time, if that card ever rotates, though, Phyrexian Arena might be good.
So, because it's like, can you imagine Phyrexian Arena with like Liliana, where it's like, oh yeah, I draw, like, I essentially get to draw 2, and then still plus, so I'm still ahead of you, assuming your opponent doesn't have any kind of card advantage.
Yeah, that's kind of cracked.
But yeah, so and then Mitchell, do you want to explain what black market connection does?
Oh yeah, I guess I totally could. Black Market Connections is a 2/1 black enchantment. At the beginning of your pre-combat main phase, choose one or more. You could sell your contraband to create a treasure code token, and you lose 1 life, or you could buy information by drawing a card and losing 2 life, or you can hire a mercenary, which you create a 3/2 colorless shapeshifter creature token with changeling. You lose 3 life.
Pretty sweet card, pretty cracked.
I think it's
And
pretty cracked.
It's
and its only printing is in Baldur's Gate.
yeah, specifically from the commander deck.
Oh yeah, which makes it even smaller than how
Was
like
it really?
yeah, I
Oh,
think it was
yeah,
it was only it was only in the black white
Party deck.
party time deck.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
So either you
Yeah.
open it up from a collector's boosters, which is how I got mine, or you buy that precon.
I'm so glad I pre-ordered the so then those because I remember seeing some places where it's because of like how much black market connection was going for. Like I think it was like $30 at one point. They were selling the pre-con for I think like 60 before taxes or something like that. Something ridiculous. Like they were upcharging it
Yeah.
more than what it was worth. And this is when they pre-cons were getting a little bit more pricier than usual. So yeah, it was just insane. It kind of reminded me of what happened like was it 2014 when Wormcoil Engine got reprinted in the mono red to ready deck, and some places were selling it for so much where it's like
Dude, that mono red deck was cracked too, though.
that mono red deck was really cracked. But I just remember going to I'm not going to bash the local game store at the time, but I think they were they're selling it for like $60, maybe more. And then I was just asking them like, so how much is Wormcoil Engine? And at the time, I don't remember. I think it was like maybe like $40 or something like that. And I was like, can I just buy this for 20 and give you the Wormcoil Engine and not like? And then they're looking so salty at me. I'm like, but honestly, I think it's kind of messed up that some stores would do that.
Wait, was I there?
Yeah, I think you
remember.
yeah
Bro.
you were there with because we were playing Commander, and then I was like I really wanted to buy and like one of the Commander decks, like because I was like, ooh, this one's hard to find, and then
I didn't like that store either. I'm not gonna name drop the store, but I don't like this.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't blame these stores though, because what actually ends up happening is because shout out to Brute Force Games, which is where I go the most, and it's my favorite store in San Diego. But
by the way, we're in San Diego.
I live in the armpit of America. I moved to Ohio, and I miss hanging out with my friends, but it's okay. We still play on Cockatrice every now and then.
yeah, and when you come back, very rarely, but when you do. But with the store owner was telling me is that naturally people just start buying up one commander deck because that's the one everyone wants, and eventually you're left with like a huge overstock of the other ones.
Yeah, because they have to buy it as a set, right? Like
yeah,
so it makes sense.
And then it's like hard to sell those because it's like I don't want that one. I wanted the other one.
Yeah, and so one of the ways to like slow down is to raise the price, especially when that one sells for more online in other places. But the store owner over at Brute Force, he was telling me he doesn't do that because he just doesn't want to deal with it.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair.
Yeah, but at the same time, like I remember with the what was it, the new Capenna commander decks, the Bant deck had like 7 or 8 in stock, while like everyone else is like at 1 or 2.
Yeah, that you should always have.
For me, it's like if a store upsells it, like I'm not really gonna blame them, but I'm also gonna be like, well, let's let the market decide on that price. Like if it's too high, then yeah, it's not gonna get sold. So they're gonna have to dip the price eventually. And if it doesn't dip, then okay, well, then I guess that is the value of the deck.
Well, yeah, it's like the consumer ultimately decides because they're the one who's actually paying for it.
And that's why I'm the consumer.
So, but then, so now that we talked about both of these, so the reason why this is important is because Phyrexian being reprinted in all will be one. I'm pretty sure a lot of people can finally get their hands on Phyrexian because before it was a pretty pricey card for some odd reason.
Yeah,
But
it used to sit around
Premium
like
draw.
yeah, it was. But now I think it's probably like what 250. I think for just a normal copy, no, assuming it's not like full borderless or promos or Phyrexian text one.
it's sub $5. I remember before the reprint, they were sitting at 10. And for
Yeah.
anyone thinking about picking them up, it's about to get a Phyrexian print when the complete bundle for all will be one drops. So it's get
Oh my god,
another guaranteed printing.
that hasn't dropped yet? I thought it
No,
dropped.
I think it's
I
dropping
think
in March.
I think it's the end, either the last week of February or March. It's just a lot of people who are content creators got to preview it early to kind of hype it up.
We're low end content creators. Why didn't we get one?
Nobody
What?
knows who we are.
Yeah.
Like, I would be nice. I was just like, damn, that looks so nice. But I was just like $80 for it though. I don't know if it's necessarily worth it. Um,
I,
but if you got money to splurge, by all means, like go ahead and treat yourself out. But
I'm kind of done with my
$80.
money. But
yeah, I think it's right now it's like we're it's hard.
$80 could get me a Tratza.
guys, guys, it's the only place where you can get like the oil race slick cards. I think.
Yeah, I think so. Or I thought you can get them in collectors, but it's really rare.
Yeah,
No,
you could.
you
No,
can't.
no,
I don't think you
No,
could.
oh dang.
I thought it
our
was like
other our other Chris had a he pulled one in a collector box or in
okay.
a set box, or it was one of those. But he said that he got one of the oil slip things, and he's like, dude, it's thick, and I'm like, whoa, it's thick. He's like, yeah, it's thick.
That's weird because they said on the website that you couldn't get it other than from the complete bundle.
He might have pulled a because this is different. There's like
Oh, is there?
there's the special oil slicked raised ones, which is basically their version of like Phyrexianized textured foils, and
It's
then
probably.
there's the one that's like it just has the Phyrexia stamp logo on it, like a kind of like it's weird. There's just so many different versions of foiling where I don't know anymore, but
Yeah,
it looks cool nonetheless.
they overdid it.
A little bit, but no. But back to our topic at hand is that now that Phyrexian Arena is way more affordable, it's like is Phyrexian Arena still playable when Black Market Connections is the thing, and I think price can definitely um, determine like the playability and the value of the card because some people might not have like $30 to spend for Black Market Connections.
Is
Yeah,
it 30?
it might have
Well,
gone down.
last I checked it was 30, but it might have gone down.
I could check right now, but I kind of don't want to.
Yeah.
I could look it up.
All right.
No,
But
I mean, I can check because it is right here.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh
it's
wow,
still
it's
30.
still 30. Dang.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
holding. It's holding, which is crazy. Like it's just like I honestly think it's you know channels like the Command Zone where like you see it just pulling in work where Josh is always like they call it full send where it's like he just pays all three and then like it's just so much card advantage and just or not even just card advantage but it's just like in general it's like you get so much value.
You could consider it like card and board advantage, like in Yu-Gi-Oh sense, because you're making a treasure token which is on the board. It has multiple uses other than making mana,
It's
and
a
if you make
green
it
card.
3/2,
Black Market Connections is a green card.
is what?
Like,
Yeah.
like hold on, it makes mana, it draws you a card, and it makes you a
No,
token.
but here's the thing though, it's black
Crazy.
because it costs its life.
Oh
But
yeah.
but overall though, like so Chris, in your opinion, do you think Black Market Connections is the end all be all, the strict power creep? Like you should just save your, $2.50 and work towards that $30 to get Black Market Connections, or is there some merit to Phyrexian Arena still?
I mean, if I had to pick one or the other in a vacuum, It would be black market connections. But when you take it to the context of like a couple other things, including your budget, including how they're different cards essentially too, and it also depends on what formats you play. That Phyrexian Arena does shine through over black market connections. So for me, in my cubes, I currently, depending on what cube I run, in my more like 1v1 cubes, I run Phyrexian Arena. Because the life totals and the life loss is a lot more manageable compared to black market connections.
True, because it's like 40 life versus 20.
Yeah. And losing 6 life in 1v1 is a third of your life, normally. Versus losing 6 life in Commander is like a 6. It's much more manageable.
See, in a 1v1, I probably make the treasure and then the changeling. Because that like a 3-2?
That's four life still. That's a fifth of your life gone. You fire blasted yourself when you did that.
That feels good. I don't know, to have a 3-2. Now later in the game, I feel like this is good early to mid game. Late game, probably not so, because you both are kind of like grinding each other out at that point, and you're probably gonna have low life. But I feel like 3-2 pressure, like a 3-2 changeling pressure is like, I feel like that's strong.
No, it is.
It's slightly stronger than a bear. And if you think about it, if they don't have a blocker for it, even though that you lost 3 life, you're gonna make them lose 3 life.
Remember how last week we talked about, or 2 weeks ago we talked about Squirrel's Hive and how the tokens can't block?
Yeah.
The tokens here can block.
The tokens, exactly. They're really good blockers too, because of that 3 power.
Yeah, and that 2 toughness. Take that 1/1s.
Yeah, that especially if it's Scroll's Hive that can't for those mites that can't freaking block. They have to swing.
Yeah. Differences already.
What do you think about it, Victor? Do you think it's a power cut version? Did we lose our boy?
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh
wait.
Yeah.
Oh wait, can you guys hear me now?
Yeah, I hear you now.
Yeah.
Okay. So let me repeat what I was saying. I was like, oh no. I was like, but I think it's more of a side grade. I don't think it's a direct upgrade or a strictly better power creep version, just because to gain a card, to draw a card, I mean, is like you have to lose 2 life. So you're losing twice as much life compared to Phyrexian Arena. Yes, you can you get card advantage through having mana, or you can create a board presence by having a creature. But the thing is that like that life actually adds up. In Commander, you can take advantage because of the 40 total, 40 starting life total. But in 1v1's a little bit different, where I think Phyrexian Arena beats it out by a little bit. And then I don't know how relevant it is, but the double black, it could be difficult to play it, but devotion to black's a thing, and
True.
that double black actually might help you, especially if you're playing Gary. Like that's sweet. That just gets you back to life anyways.
Yeah, Gary is a very notable card. I'm trying to think of like what are the other mono black devotion cards that see a lot of play still, or have relevance.
I think Gary's the best finisher, but I know that like Phyrexian Arena and what's some other ones?
I mean Nykthos. Okay. If you're playing with Nykthos.
Oh yeah, Nykthos definitely helps. Yeah. One of the main reasons why you're playing Devotion to begin with. But overall though, I want to say that like I like Arena more just a little bit, just because for budget reasons. Because $30 is nothing to scoff at. Like $30. Nope. Do I want to spend $30 on on the black market connections, or maybe something better? I can't think of anything else on top of my head, but there's bound to be other like really, really sweet cards like Smothering Tithe, right? Or Ristic Study. Ristic Study is still around 30, right?
But those aren't comparable, and it depends on the color you're playing.
It is. So
Hmm.
that's what I mean though. The $30 is just a big chunk, and it's like, you know, not every deck would want a black market connections. Like I feel like the decks that want it definitely are the decks that can make use of a creature. So Aristocrats deck could definitely use it, or maybe a tribal deck of some kind because it is a changeling, and or if you're just a super greedy deck that needs the treasure token, or maybe you're playing like an artifacts deck that like you get benefits of losing an artifact because you sacrifice it.
Yeah.
I think you have to like think of the other synergies to like warrant it. Whereas like Phyrexian Arena, it does it's all reliable. It does what you need it to do. Just draws you an extra card for a life.
I
I
think
mean,
that's the way to look at
sorry.
it. Now that Victor put it, like, because what he just said, he basically just said black market connection's better. You literally just said that. But that
Well,
does.
it is better, but the thing though is that like in terms of like for card draw, it's losing drawing a card to lose 2 life. It's okay. It's not the greatest, right? And then it's a side grade because to get the treasure token, you have to lose a life. Okay, you can probably get away with it, but having a black market connections, I don't know about you, but whenever I see Jan play black market connections, it just makes me want to just beat him. I just want to attack him and make him be punished for like using his life.
Does he pay the full
It's,
6? Is he crazy?
Yes.
a lot of
What a
times, yeah, he just because it's so good. It's like he just always pays the full six. It's like it's so good not to and then
what
when
a
you have to put that
madman.
pressure, when you put that pressure on him, and then he's just like, I remember a couple games like Mitchell was there too, where it's like he had to really think hard. It's like, is you know, is the card draw worth it? Like it's 2 life instead of 1, and then like
Do I want to get punched to the face and
yeah,
have some life, or do I want to get punched to the face and risk, not
and
having
then
any life?
and then the really funny thing was like I think we got him down to like 12 life and or like 12 to 15, and yeah, it's like you have to choose one, and he was like, oh god damn it, and then so he actually chose to just to create the treasure token because you know he sees like all of us are pretty aggro right now and he's on the back foot. It
Yeah,
definitely so like it's one of those things where it's like black market connections is high risk high reward. you know it's got a really really high ceiling because if you can take advantage of it and if you're playing in a very passive table where they're not gonna punish you, then yeah, black market connections is gonna shine. Well, Phyrexian Arena is like, oh, you see it, it's pretty good, but because it only draws you 1 card and you don't get the treasure token or get the 3/2 body, it doesn't point a huge bullseye on your head.
That's true. And then you normally will just be like, I draw the extra card, no one cares. Whereas
Yeah,
everyone
most of the
has
time,
will pay attention when you start saying naming off what you start doing with black market.
yeah, and then and that's the thing too is that sometimes people are terrified of like mana acceleration, right? Like that's why like when you see a green deck go super crazy and ramp, like oh dear lord, what like you start public enemy number 1, he's too far ahead. We gotta knock him down a notch.
yeah, true. I didn't think about those.
Yeah, because it's one.
That makes sense.
It reminds me of like how like Jan always comes up because it's like he's definitely a very powerful player. Where like his he's playing with Mana Crypt and Mana Vault, as well as a lot of Pain Lands, Mana Confluence, City of Brass, and they're
Ancient
really
Tomb.
Ancient Tomb. And that's the thing is that the like he's doing really busted stuff, but you have to be able to punish them or capitalize on it, and so like you have to play aggro, and that's why I love it because like we kind of made aggro good again in our play group.
Yeah, I feel like looking at it, I feel like a lot of the decks have become aggro.
Yeah, and now aggro is like a staple for our play group, and I absolutely love it because the aggro is usually pretty dang trash in Commander because you have to chew through 120 life. But when you see so many like strong cards that nick you for a little bit damage here and there, like it all adds up, and it makes you have to like you can't just play the best cards and go willy nilly. Like there is actually some thought process to it, and it's like oh, it's really good. Is the risk worth the reward? And I think that's like always my favorite kind of Magic, where it's like you have to your choices matter.
Yeah, I think in any card game, that's pretty good.
Yep. So that's my stand. I think it's a side grade. Um, and I think most of the time I'm going to just play. Um, Phyrexian Arena. If I'm playing
If you were to
kind of
choose.
deck that, yeah, if I was to choose, I'd just play Phyrexian Arena, especially because it's like only 250. Like now, it's so cheap, it's so affordable, it's fantastic. Whereas like Black Market Connections, if I'm playing an Aristocrats deck and I can actually use the extra body, yeah, sure, that's pretty sweet. Or if I'm playing a really, really mana intensive deck, then yeah, I could definitely do it.
Hold on.
A
Okay, I was
But
like,
otherwise, I'm here like oldie but goodie.
I feel that, but also if money was not a real like issue, which one would you go
Which
for? Like if you had to pick one.
If money was not an issue,
I think
gosh,
I think we'd all say black market connections.
yeah, I think so. Black market connections. Unfortunately,
That's the problem.
yeah, I was like, man, Victor, you're making good like reasons for Phyrexian Arena, and then it's like, if money was not an issue, Black Market.
Well, that's the thing. It's like black market connections is one of those cards where it's like, it paints a target on your head if you pick two of them, right? Now, if you want to just like be chill and just like draw a card and lose 2 life, then
I
you won't have that big of a target on your head.
Yeah.
I think the card is going to be an inherent target anyway. Doesn't matter. It's the reason of like you have the option of 3 options.
Yeah, that's true. It's just a threat because it's just so much value. The ceiling is so high.
No, but there is something in like because you have to announce every time, and people, if they're paying attention, will notice when you pick different things. Yeah. So Victor does have a
Especially if you pick all three.
yeah. So Victor does have a good point with Phyrexian Arena. I think I already said it, but I'll say it again. You just go upkeep, draw, and then for most of us when we're playing casually, it looks like they're the same step with upkeep and draw, and so we don't even notice.
I mean, I think I declare it. Oh, and when we play Cockatrice, I declare it, but
Most of the times, I think we all declare it just because it's like we're good players. We're not filthy casuals. You
No,
know.
but I also like turn off my brain. I go, oh, he's gonna draw 2 cards, and that's it.
oh,
Yeah, it's
I
not.
always
that. But
I always have a habit of declaring it just because I think it's because some people want to oh wait, well, while that's on the stack, let me do something. You never
yeah,
know.
like I can think of Jan like always saying like
No,
untap upkeep before I draw, or like at the end of the upkeep I play World Shooter or Mystical Shooter.
maybe it's just me being a bad player. Like because I look, okay, I know what's gonna happen on your board, so my brain turns off and goes, he's gonna draw this many cards because this and this, not the biggest at this phase, and because upkeep and draw are right next to each other, I just go, he's drawing 2 cards and I don't care.
But the difference is that you can't interact with the draw, but you can interact in this upkeep.
Yeah, but
Or I guess another thing too is that if you really want to be a dick, like Black Mark Connections, you can always be like, oh wait, so like on your upkeep, because usually you can't interact on the untap step. You can only interact like at the beginning of upkeep, assuming that there is a trigger or you.
no, you can
hold
interact.
priority.
You can you can hold upkeep even if there's nothing going on.
Because they're trying to move into the next step. But for Black Market Connections, because it happens in the pre-combat main phase, you could just be like, I blow up your Black Market Connections before you get any value. Whereas Phyrexian Arena, at least at the beginning of your upkeep trigger will still get put on the stack. Yeah, you still get at least one trigger.
Oh wait, I didn't think about that. That's actually.
Well, I thought that's why you were talking about the difference between the upkeep and the pre-combat.
No,
no,
I knew like there. Okay, I didn't realize the interactions were significantly different, but they are. Because I was aware the timing would actually like mean something. I didn't realize like, oh yeah, you can actually blow it up before they get to do anything with it.
I just like to feel proud because our playgroup plays with so much like busted stuff that we have to pay attention to these nuances so that we don't get like dicked over by Jan or any other like degenerate deck.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, like oh man.
I'm like not looking around. I'm like, yeah, it's definitely not me.
No, you're playing stacks because you have to keep things fair, which I think is hilarious. But yeah, no, I think Black Market Connections, if it money wise was was not a problem, then Black Market Connections is better because it has so much versatility. But high risk, high reward. If you're picking more than one effect, you're definitely going to get a target on your head because you get so much value out of just one card that like it makes too much noise, and you're just attracting too much too much attention.
Yeah.
It's like Sylvan, like imagining Sylvan Library. You're just like, all right, I'm gonna draw an additional two. On
Oh,
top. Wait,
that's another good example of like a card that's cost so much life. Is like if I see like I remember we started buying more expensive cards, and Sylvan Library is another one where it's like if I see you constantly paying 8 life, oh, for sure. Like if I can get a attack in there, I'm going to make you feel the pain and make you regret paying that much life.
and that's why I try to have blockers early.
Oh
game.
wait.
So then
You guys just like Phyrexian Arena interacts with Sylvan Library.
it does it? No, I thought no. Sylvan Library is
the number of
is,
cards you
when
drew this turn.
No, it's when you draw a card at the beginning of your turn. It's like a specific instance.
Yeah, so
No, I think
so
it's the
Sylvan
number of cards
Library-
you drew this turn. All right.
Oh yeah. So the errata like modern day text says at the beginning of your draw step you draw 2 additional cards. If you do, then you have to choose 2 cards in your hands drawn this turn. For each of those cards, you pay 4 life or put the card on the bottom. So I guess it does make it. Does it make it worse? Because it's like beginning of your draw step.
I think it makes it better
No.
because then you basically get to look at the top 4 cards and put 2
No.
back.
Oh yeah. You dig
Guys,
deeper.
Victor literally just said at the beginning of your draw step, draw 2 additional cards. You still looked at the top. You still looked at 3, and then you put whatever you want on top, and then
If you
upkeep happens.
okay, if you do choose cards in your hand drawn this turn.
Yes, but that is
Phyrexian
that
Arena,
is happening-
Phyrexian Arena would have been drawn this turn.
Yeah,
No,
it draws
it's
first.
happening.
'Cause
It happens. It's happening in the draw. It's draw. It's untap, upkeep, draw. Untap,
Yeah, but you
upkeep.
choose 2
Oh.
cards drawn this turn, including Phyrexian Arena.
because Phyrexian Arena happens first because it's an upkeep. That's so weird. I'm gonna check
So
the
does
rules on this.
does that make it worse then? Because you have to
Yeah,
pay,
right?
Yeah, you have to pay life. Like you gotta if you even
No,
want to
no.
keep another card.
No. Okay, so you only have to pay. You pick 2 cards to put back, or you pay the 4 life.
Yeah, I'm gonna,
Oh, so it's only you. Okay, so basically, yeah, because no matter what, it says always you put back 2.
Yeah.
Regardless.
I think
yeah.
your draw step.
That's not that bad. I think it's normal.
I
'Cause
think.
it's like
Yeah.
yeah. I think it doesn't change anything. Now, Sylvan Library, if you combine it with some sweet cards like Teferi's Ageless Insight, oh.
That'd be the same thing as like the Phyrexian Arena interaction.
Yeah, but that's.
Oh, I know. You draw 6
like,
cards. No, you draw 6 cards. I think.
No, you draw 5 because I think it
Draw
doesn't count
5?
the first draw.
Oh.
It doesn't. Yeah, that's how Teferi's Ageless Insight
That's
works.
kind of.
but
That's
you
cracked.
draw 5, but you put back 2. That's sweet, right?
That's so godly.
Or can you imagine? I remember like I wanted to play a Simic deck where it's like Sylvan Library with Teferi's Ageless Insight, but also Abundance, because so you would draw 5, but then you replace those 5 draws with Abundance, so you get to choose non-lands or whatever. And because you do a replacement effect, you don't have to do the Sylvan Library put those cards back.
Oh, that's wild.
Oh, that's kind of whack.
Yeah, but that's like a lot of mana though. If you think about it, 2 mana for Sylvan Library, 4 mana for Teferi's Ageless Insight, and 4 mana for Abundance.
Crap.
Chris, do you have the Fairy's Age's Insight in your cube?
No, because that card is very narrow. It's in my Azami Wizards deck that I never bring around or play.
Yeah, because
I've never seen
mono blue is oppressive.
I think I've played Mono Blue Wizards before.
No, I've seen you play it, but I haven't seen you play in a very long time though.
It's not a deck I like playing. I like playing Boros.
Yeah, I've been liking to play like decks that are like out of the box lately. But yeah, anyways, back to our topic.
But yeah, like that.
We're getting a little off tangent here. With we're talking about like card draw engines now.
Yeah, but no, that
But,
interaction between Phyrexian Arena is like one of the few things that makes it different from Black Market. Like Black Market wouldn't even have that consideration.
Yeah, but it's a very small nuance. Like, how, like it's not gonna pop up every game.
No, but like when you start thinking, like when you start running cards like Paradox Haze, or you start forcing people to skip certain steps, that's when like things get wonky.
Or, yeah, I guess that's true. Or you play like Phoenix as a second son, you get additional beginning phase, which is untap, upkeep, draw.
Yeah, and then the Phyrexian Arena would
Yeah.
be counted in that, but Black Market wouldn't.
Yeah, so I guess there's some sweet synergies that you can do because it's an upkeep trigger.
Yeah, so I think when you start interacting with the turns, which is very rare, it doesn't happen that often.
Yeah.
But you have the option to.
Yeah.
So does that mean that unfortunately, I guess my vote unfortunately goes to Black Market Connections.
Yeah.
I think it does.
For
Yeah.
most scenarios, like you know what's
So
real?
Black Market.
You know what really sells it for me? It's
Hmm.
the treasure.
I was honestly like what? Yeah, when I was gonna talk about it, I was definitely gonna bring that up. That treasure.
Treasures are busted. They should never have done it.
Well,
No,
it's like
no, they
imagine
should
you're a
have.
deck that's not green.
No, but this is why like lately we've been playing cards like Manglehorn and Blind Obedience because it's like F your treasure. It comes to play tapped. You don't get to
Not
use it
even.
now.
I've been putting in that Stony Silence.
Oh
He's
yeah,
a-
Collector Oof and Sony Silence too. But like if you want to go hard stacks, that definitely is another good one.
Y'all
But
wildin'.
Nah, screw all the treasures, man. Treasure meta, get out of here.
yeah, treasures are a little too good, I think. So like you have to play with like some way to interact with it a little bit.
I think they just shove way too much of it at once at us.
Mm-hmm.
Cause like, the D&D gave us a bunch of stuff, or Adventures of Forgotten Realms,
I
and it,
think treasure is like an awesome mechanic,
Capenna?
but it's just too much at once.
yeah, like Capenna, and then Kamigawa.
Was there treasures in comic?
Yes,
There's a little bit, not as much as Capenna though. Capenna was a lot.
yeah.
Yeah,
Capenna really gave it to Red.
yeah. I mean, I think it fits because it's like red is like you want to use it instantly, but at
Oh.
least like with the treasures, you get like that option to like hold on to it
Yeah.
for
Oh,
like a later turn.
and then the bigger offender, which is where this card came from, was Baldur's Gate. That had a bunch of
What about?
treasure card. That set had a bunch of treasure cards too.
Oh, oh yeah, everything was like treasures, and then interacting with treasures, and then it's like if you sacrifice this treasure, you get this. If you sacrifice the treasure, you get that. I'm
Yeah.
gonna make a bunch of treasures.
In red black.
Yeah, but wasn't there treasure? You know what? Yeah, red black. I mean, there were a couple of legendary creatures and backgrounds that worked around treasures as well.
Yeah, but that the treasure on Black Market Connection, it lets you go from turn 3 to turn 5. Which is
Especially
Yeah.
for non-green decks, it's super good.
yeah.
No, it's one of those things where it's like I think people don't realize it, like how good it is, because in our play group, the new play group I made here, it's like we were mostly playing with precons, and Black Market Connections put in so much work, but unfortunately our play group is, how like when you first start off, you don't want to attack people and make enemies.
Oh, you gotta attack the person with black market connection.
Exactly, and
They're-
I'm the only one who's doing it, and it's like and then that precon is so good, and it's just really hard. Where it's like I don't think they've realized like how powerful that is yet, and like you need to put pressure on the person who's like using life as as a source of like advantage.
Which begs the question that I understand it's a very good card, but why was it put into precon? Because I feel like precons are supposed to be like, for beginners, and I feel like this card
no.
isn't beginner friendly. Really?
No, I don't follow that notion.
No,
Or
I think
maybe
I think it's fine, but It does feel kind of bad though, because it's like if the beginners have a slow learning curve, it's gonna feel bad because it's like, damn, that deck is like constantly winning every time Black Market Connections resolves, or has a very very high increased chance to win. But that's the thing though. I think it's fine. Um, I think Black Market Connections being in a precon is actually kind of sweet because then you feel pretty good about it. Because then you're like, oh sweet, I bought a basic beginner deck, but it's got some sweet bombs in it. So you know,
I
but
guess.
it comes full circle where it's like it depends on where you get it though. Because if you go to a place that actually is upcharging it, yeah, it kind of defeats that purpose of having a sweet bomb in your precon deck.
Did your playgroup have to purchase it at an upcharged price?
Nope. They were thinking about buying a couple other precons because it was upcharged. But then I told them that like, hey, if you guys want, I can get it from my distributor for like a way better deal. Because I think all the decks like were about 50, like they're like 49.99, but that one was like all the Baldur's Gates was like around like $55 or $60, like insane.
Like all,
And
like the
Uh,
entire Baldur's Gate set.
like yeah, so the Baldur's Gate commander decks were 59.99, and then the Capenna ones were 49.99. I'm like, damn, that's I didn't realize how expensive it was at our local like game store and in our our local Targets and WalMarts. It was just so pricey, and I was like,
Oh
I
damn, they
think
used
I
to be
was a,
35. I just remember they used to be $30, $40.
yeah, exactly. So like I don't know if it's just inflation or something, but like
no, there was a price increase on Magic product for sure.
yeah, but that much though is just it just baffles me. So then I told them like, don't buy it. I can get you guys, a set of the Baldur's Gate deck for I think it was for 135, I think, and then like maybe it was like 140 after taxes. So it's like all four decks for 140, which is like a lot better than if they were to buy all four of those, which would be $60 a piece. And this is before taxes too, because it was 59.99. And then they were just so glad. And then uh, yeah, it was crazy.
I'd argue that like it's because Baldur's Gate is like a separate. It's like it's not standard, right?
It's not.
Yeah.
But that's the thing though. It's like I wonder if the reason why it was treated more expensive was because it's got the Commander Legends name on it when it really shouldn't
Probably.
have.
I doubt
Yeah.
it. Because I don't think they price commander decks differently, other than weird occasions.
Maybe, but it just seems like these were $10 more expensive than the Capenna ones.
I think that was just an LGS thing to like mask the fact that they were raising the price on this deck. Because
I guess so.
the other three decks, like no one. I don't remember anything cool that came out of the other three decks.
I don't even remember the other three decks.
It was
Oh no, the blue black one. I don't know. That one's starting gnarly. Wait, is that one the black market?
The blue black one is the mill deck. That one's a pretty sweet deck.
and red
Yeah.
blue was gold.
That's so goaded.
I think the red green one is pretty sweet. It's not the most expensive.
It's play from
But
exile, right?
yeah, play from exile.
Yeah. But like, what singular card do you remember from those like three other
Besides,
decks?
um,
I remember the pirate dude from the blue black one.
I'm trying to think here because Black Market Connections was like the biggest one, but
Oh, there was the black another black enchantment. That was a background in one of the decks.
Haunted one. That was in the blue black
oh
one.
yeah, that's a good one.
No. I was gonna say
But
the black white Baldur's Gate deck too. The that had black market connections also had seasoned engineer.
Love
oh oh
it.
yeah, so much value.
To be fair
Uh,
though, seasoned engineer went under the radar for like 3 months, 4 months.
mm-hmm.
I
That's
love
true.
it. I love it when Chris just kept talking about it, like before it was a thing.
Cause
You
of
know,
cube.
when I read it, I was like, damn, this is so good. But otherwise, I think the only other like really good card was maybe Mind Crank. Minecraft because people love Mill for some odd reason. You know.
That's a card everyone already knows.
Yeah. So like I don't know. I'm trying to think of like any other like major reprint that was like super duper good.
Oh, I wasn't even. I'm thinking about like new cards.
Oh,
Like
new cards.
yeah, like what what?
I think the other ones are a little too niche. Like they're good, but oh wait, no, delayed blast fireball. That card is
Oh
sweet
wait,
as heck.
that was the other one. Yeah, actually.
Yeah, delayed blast fireball is insanely good.
That was the one
And then
where if you cast it from it was a
exile.
it was a volcanic fallout where you do 3 damage or 3 mana, 2 damage to everything. Or if
Yeah,
you
but if you cast it from exile, it's 5 to everything that you don't own.
yeah, crazy.
Yeah, delayed blast fireball is super good, and then the reprint for Jessica's will, of course. But yeah,
Yeah, that's actually why Black Market Connection's so much more expensive. It's newer. There's only one set of copies.
Yeah, like honestly, I could totally see. I think they're just waiting for the price to like inflate more, and they're gonna like just like Dockside. Uh, I feel like that they're gonna like I don't know reprint in like some like Commander remastered set, and then the price
Oh
will
my god.
inflate.
I have yet to play. Actually, no. Wasn't Black Market Connection in Arena Cube?
Yeah,
was
no,
it?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen you. I've seen it. I've seen it
Yeah,
played in.
I
Yeah.
remember because like I was like, this isn't
Oh,
one.
you did? Yeah.
Because I went for the full 6. You were like, hey, you can do it. I'm like, I shouldn't, but I am.
Yeah, I was like, just do it. Do it. Why wouldn't you not do it? Just do it.
And I paid 6 life against like some mid-range deck, and I was like, all right, I got all 3 of these things. What does it do? Nothing.
What do you mean?
He killed my
You ran
token.
with it.
He killed my token. I think I killed whatever I played with my extra mana too, and I went, oh
So, are you going to switch back to Phyrexian Arena with your vote?
no.
Okay.
But
Um.
I do have a soft spot for Phyrexian Arena. I think
Honestly, I do too. First Arena is not necessarily a bad card. It's just there's too much flexibility with Black Market. Black Market Connections just has too much flexibility.
yeah.
And then, like and then depends on the play group, right? Where it's like if your play group doesn't capitalize on it, oh yeah, it's gonna put in so much work. But if your play group knows better, just be prepared. It paints a big target on you.
I'm gonna cast my vote in. I mean, it's Black Market Connection.
Yeah, I was like
I play very. I'm kind of thinking like, or so I play very greedy deck. Like I play like in like commander decks, 33 lands, 32 lands. So
oh yeah.
I think it's really greedy. So having Black Market Connections giving me that treasure token to save my butt, I'm grateful. And then drawing a card because I kind of like since our playgroup's like aggro, like drawing that card just for like extra gas, like really helps. I don't know about
really,
3-2.
It's really enticing though because it's like if you're assuming that you pick those 2 modes, you just bolted yourself, so it makes you want to keep attacking you if possible.
Now, I've been wanting to buy one, but I honestly don't have more than one deck to put it in. Because if I were to put it in a deck, it'd be my Jund stats deck, or like it's like Jund elf stats, because that 3/2 can become an elf.
Yeah, that's true.
So like, and honestly, that's the only reason why I would put that card in the deck is because it makes a 3/2 elf. Other than the ramp, but I would also put. You know what? I have another. You know what? I might get it. I put it in Raphael too because it makes a devil.
Mm-hmm.
It makes a 4/3 devil with lifelink.
I like how you're slowly just selling yourself on this card as you keep talking about it.
Man, the lifelink is gonna help you pay for more of those triggers.
Exactly. And then the 1/1 devil tokens give me lifelink. So honestly, I think Black Market Connections. It depends on the deck. I think it's a really good.
I don't think it depends on the deck. I don't think it depends on the deck. I think
really. Would you? So
I think it depends on player preference. I don't think it depends on the deck.
All right, so player preference. I was gonna say like I feel like the stats deck would really love Black Market Connections.
It makes sense because the Sax Dex wants to slow down your opponent, and this gives you so much advantage that you can break parity on a lot of stacks effects.
Yeah.
Whereas like Phyrexian Arena can't really, except the drawing card.
Well, Phyrexian Arena can. It's just that Black Market Connection has a bigger impact, right? Like,
Yeah.
especially imagine if you're playing. Well, it depends because if you're playing things like Collector Oof and Sony Silence, the treasure probably isn't that big of a deal for you, and instead you want just the card draw and the body to be aggressive. But if you're playing like I don't know, like Hokori or some other nasty thing that like
like winter orb, static orb.
Yeah, like something that like chokes people's mana out or something like that. Yeah, that extra treasure is going to be so helpful.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm like, you know what? Phyrexian Arena has had like maybe 20 plus years to be good.
And it still is, hey, if you're playing like a mono black devotion deck, it's still gonna put in work.
Yeah, no, it's gonna put in work. It's never bad, but it's like if you had to pick, and money was an option, Black Market Connection's almost always better.
Yeah. It's just that versatility. It does so much more.
Yeah.
Now, is this a bad thing for Magic to do? Or like is this a good direction? Or like the power creep stuff.
I'll let you go first, Chris, because I have a couple thoughts, but I'm not so fully solidified on it yet.
Neither am I, but like one of the things that Wizards has done is they've normally strictly power crept cards to the point where like certain cards are just unplayable because one is just so much better. This isn't a situation where that's the case because of the differences between Phyrexian. I think there's enough differences between Phyrexian Arena and Black Market Connections that lets both thrive. Because obviously, like at this point now, Phyrexian Arena is your budget option, and if 250 is too much for you, it's probably gonna hit an even lower number once the complete bundles come out.
And like as we brought up before, like you wouldn't play Black Market Connections in a 1v1. I guess you could, but Phyrexian Arena.
No, because it's like if you go against Burn, you're so screwed.
I was gonna say like currently neither of them see 1v1 play unless you're playing Cube.
I think Mono Black Devotion might consider playing Phyrexian Arena.
I can see that. I can see that in Pioneer. But then it's like Shieldred's a card.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, Shieldred's gonna be so good, right? Because you just like offset the life, and then
yeah,
I can see it. But yeah, overall I think that this kind of power creep is not the worst. It's not strictly better, because there's just small nuanced differences that could make you still respect the Phyrexian Arena. And with Commander being such a like diverse format where like budget is something to consider, as well as your play group's play style and play preference, where like if you're not going to get punished for it, then by all means go crazy, go like chug away that 6 life, go full send. But if if your opponents are really smart and they'll punish you, then it's high risk high reward, and you have to think about it.
Dang, you know what I realized? With the lower cost of Phyrexian Arena, it's not a bad option if you like set yourself at a $50. If you set a budget on yourself.
Yeah, no, I absolutely love it for budget decks, and like I, kind of wanted to make a couple of different budget decks. So if White Elephant does become a thing, or if any of you guys don't have ideas for a White Elephant $50 budget deck, I got you covered.
Oh yeah, man, this is gonna be a great budget card to go in your budget decks or your budget gift decks.
Oh yeah, drawing that extra one for one. Drawing 2 every turn in a budget deck. It's kind of nuts.
I mean, I would still play this up until I can upgrade it to Black. Oh, it's not until I can get a Black Market Connections.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I'm like, yeah.
Sure. But then again, now we go back. We're gonna replace Phyrexian Arena with Black Market Connections. But yeah.
Yeah, so like
No,
what?
Just you just play both. That's all good.
Would you play? I mean, that's a lot of life.
Yo, sometimes you just want to die.
Sometimes greatness at any cost, man. Let me see more cards.
God, I wish we
Yeah.
had like a sound engineer just to play music to celebrate this moment or to emphasize this moment.
And besides, like Mitchell, you're not gonna be worried about it because you're playing Raphael. You got lifelink. It'll offset it.
No, it's true. It's true. It's true.
That's true.
But it
Raphael.
doesn't make the devil.
Yeah, well, still, it's just I don't know. I just think it's funny because I think like I if your deck can make use of both, yeah, why not?
I just don't think there's room for both.
I don't think there's room for both either. I think you gotta pick either one or the other.
Yeah.
Well then, I'm about to go build a deck that has both of it for next time we play Cockatrice.
I swear to God, you're just gonna kill yourself.
Prove me wrong, Victor, like you always do.
I got it. You know what deck is gonna be great in?
Shorikai Storm.
Shorikai is blue white.
Oh, you're right.
I would play probably Ikra Shadiki partnered with what's that white white partner that like gives all your tokens +1/+4.
Oh, Prava.
Prava. I'd probably play Ikra Shadiki and Prava and like just make it like a tokens butt strategy and gain lots of life and just basically play with every card that pays life.
That's really cracked. Yeah, that sounds good.
That sounds great. Yeah, do it, Victor. I want to see it. Inspire me.
And now the question is, would you guys want to see a budget version of it or
With Phyrexian Arena?
Super ham. Yeah, one with Phyrexian Arena, one that's cracked with both.
Both. Just do it. Yeah, full set.
All right.
Anyway,
I was gonna say, if you guys are interested in seeing that kind of deck, just let us know.
Yeah. We'll be happy to share our brews with everyone.
I don't.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hold on. I'm not. I like keeping my wacky brews to like throw people off.
What? Come on, share the love. Let us know what you
I'm
think,
like,
man. I want to know what's inside of your mind.
Oh shoot. Pulled up random tab. I pulled up a random tab earlier. Dang. I lost track. Yeah.
I'm like, you're streaming.
Yeah, I know. It's me, and I'm like, oh, whoops.
All right. I guess that should be around the time that we should end it, right? I mean, I think we got all of our thoughts out about.
I think we dragged this on longer than it was because like after we started talking about it, I was like, man.
I brought up a good points. I think
we did. Like, I really wanted to defend Phyrexian Arena because I'm like, man, I've had this card in my cube for years. It's always played well. Never had a problem with it
because 1-on-1 it's really good, but
yeah, well, no, it's slow too. Like you play it, you start losing life, but like that's fine.
It's perfect for like green black mid range or any sort of grindy deck. I think it's
where
fine.
Dark Confidant might kill you faster. And so like
that's the thing is that like I think it's totally fine. It's just that like we hit it. Commander, you have 40 life. You can just pay it. I think we hit all the topics we needed to cover.
Yeah.
And we even gave it a fair shakeup because budget options. And
yeah, I think budget will be what saves like the card's longevity and relevance. Because if that card draw is good, it just because you can do more, it beats it out.
Absolutely.
And then the availability of Black Market Connection isn't as wide. Because I think Phyrexian Arena is on like their third printing now.
Third?
No, it's got way more. I think, assuming you include like the promos.
All right, we got to count.
Third printing.
Okay,
there's way more.
All right, we got to count it. Dang it!
Okay.
All these damn variants.
Yeah, there's a ton of variants.
Okay.
I forgot about that.
Oh, I
I don't
have
know
that
what
one.
that is.
The
That's the same thing. Oh, there's
conspiracy
that. I remember that
commander.
one. I don't know what that one is.
I think that's from the coalition versus Phyrexia.
Oh yeah, and then we got our
9th, 10th.
editions, 8th editions, even got our gold border, and then the original.
Is that the Apocalypse one? Is it the helmet?
Yeah.
Oh, that's Apocalypse, right?
Yeah. Here, we can check. I'm pretty sure it's Apocalypse. Yeah, Apocalypse.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a lot of printings.
It has a lot of. You know what? It's done a good job. It's been.
It's honestly, it's still. Oh no, that's at 250. But the others are gonna go down eventually.
Yeah, I know. You know what? The card's been around forever. It's done a good job at being itself.
It's a farewell. Goodbye, Phyrexian Arena.
That card ain't going anywhere. It's probably gonna be around. So yeah, I think Black Market Connection might be. Yeah, I think Black Market Connection might be coming at the right time now.
All right, well,
We're
gonna wrap this up.
Yeah, I don't think there's much else to say. If you guys have ideas for topics and whatnot, just send it our way. But yeah, I don't got much for this anymore.
Yeah, I think we got everything out. So
Yeah.
I'm a blueberry lover, also known as Mitchell. I reversed that. You could visit me on my YouTube channel, Blueberry Lover, and you can also see Victor and I on Mahou Shounen, and Chris, since this is going up there too.
Yeah. All right. Chris, also known as Wake Up People, at Wake Up Gaming, on either YouTube or wakeupgaming.com. I write stuff about Cube, and I make YouTube shorts about Cube.
And cracking packs.
And cracking packs. I actually need to. I still got like my secret layers that I haven't cracked. I need to go about doing that.
I still have your collector box.
Yeah, I need to go about doing that too.
Would you ever think about actually doing pack openings on your channel?
I do them. I hate doing them, but I do them.
Oh, okay.
Why do you hate doing them? Do you feel bad? For like...
No, they're just long, and I don't know. I don't like them. They're long. Yeah, it's just it. That's it. They're long. I still have like a video I just haven't uploaded.
I thought you made it into shorts.
No, there's one that I did like a full opening of like another Baldur's Gate box.
Oh, I didn't know you opened an entire box. That's like 20 minutes.
Collector, yeah. No, there's like a 20. No, it was a collector's box. So it was like a 12-minute video.
Yeah, those. Anyway.
Yeah, but it's like that, and then I just gotta move it around, slightly edit it. But if you guys want to watch pack cracking, I do that too. Not my favorite thing in the world.
Oh, there's also online pack cracking too.
Yeah.
Arena.
There's that. And once in a while, I actually like showing off like packs in my cube. I haven't done that in some time through Cube Cobra, but I've done some like recorded too, where I pull out cards from my actual cube and just show it off. Anyway, because I took some of your time, Victor.
No, I'm just chilling. I'm here like I'm Victor, and I'm still working on it. You guys vote what sounds better: Massive Banana, Titanic Cucumber, and
Titan Cube.
Yeah, Titan Cube. Yeah,
Titan Cube.
I kind of like that one.
I don't know. We'll work something out. But yeah, or if you guys are interested in like maybe live streaming deck brews, but honestly, I think it's more fun if there's actually people actually wanting to watch it, because it's more fun that you can actually interact. Otherwise, I guess it'd just be a simple deck tech.
Yeah. Oh.
All right. I'll catch you all later.
Alright.
Yep. You guys, everyone has a good night or good morning, depends on when you're listening and watching this.
Or wherever you are in the world. Also, Pro Tour is going on right now as we record. Oh, this weekend. Watch it. It's the first one we've had in years.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Actually, it's a lot of fun. It's the most fun I've had watching Magic in a long time.
All right.
Alright, that's it. Later, people.
Peace out.
Later, y'all.